Most people who are stuck in their manifestation process are not missing a technique. They're actually missing this specific structure. And today I'm going to show you one of the most powerful structures that I created that takes literally 2 minutes, but creates the most insane results when it comes to manifestation. And this is something I call the pyramid method. And when you understand why it works and the way it works, it's going to completely change how you approach every single thing that you're manifesting from this point forward. When you draw this, it will manifest. And before we get into the video, really quickly, if you're new here, I'm Mary Kate and I'm a mindset coach and manifesting expert focused on getting you transformational results. And here my whole channel is all about manifesting the law of attraction with meditations and more, where I share the tools you need to get the results you want. I pride myself in making manifestation make sense without all of the unnecessary confusion. And I post brand new videos every single Wednesday, so be sure to subscribe and also hit that bell notification so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. And if you are going to be trying out this pyramid, go ahead and hit the little thumbs up button below so that I know how many of you are trying this out. And let's get right into it. So there's actually a reason why most people aren't getting the results that they're working towards. And as we go through this pyramid, I need you to be completely and totally honest with yourself. Because most people start their manifestation with the goal, which is at the very top of our pyramid. They pick the number, the relationship, the career, whatever the goal is, and they make that the entire focus. They visualize it, they write it down, they repeat affirmations about it, and then they just kind of wait and wonder if it's coming or when it's coming or did they do enough? And then when it doesn't come by the imaginary date they set in their head, they assume the technique didn't work or that manifestation doesn't work, but it's not the technique that's the problem. The problem is they're starting from the top down, and you can't build anything solid or stable that way. When you look at an actual pyramid, the point is the thing that's at the top. The foundation is at the bottom. And if you try and operate from the top down, it becomes like this, and that's a really hard place to manifest from. It kind of has to balance. You need the foundation. You cannot balance this whole thing upside down. So this pyramid method flips the whole thing. We build from the bottom up. It's a 4-step kind of system, building the foundation first, and the goal at the top becomes kind of this inevitable result of what's happening beneath it. It becomes automatic. Your manifestation happens automatically because of the first 3 layers that we built. So here is what the pyramid looks like, and it's divided into 4 horizontal layers. So you can go ahead and do this with me or do it later, but you need a piece of paper, draw a triangle, and make sure it has 4 layers. And this system is really easy to use. Each layer has a specific purpose, and we're going to go through all 4 of them right now, so all you do is fill it out. And this bottom layer, the widest, most important layer, is going to be your why. This is the foundation of everything. So here we have your why. And I want to ask you something. When you think about what it is that you want to manifest right now, do you actually know why you want it? And not the surface answer. Not because, oh, it would be nice, or because it looks good on paper, or because more of money, more of this is better. But what is the actual real why? Why do you actually want this? I like to pick a 1-word feeling to kind of keep it simple. I want it because it would create freedom or ease or peace. What is the feeling that you're actually chasing by manifesting whatever this thing is? Because the truth is, it's never actually about the thing itself. It's about what having this thing would provide. So what would it provide for you? What would it change for you? Not logistically, but emotionally, what would it provide for you? What feeling? So that's what you're gonna write in this base layer. What is your why? What would it mean for your life, your sense of self, the way you see yourself? What feeling would having this thing would provide? And this is where most people have actually never even really explored. And it's the single biggest reason why many people feel like they're struggling to manifest certain things. They don't actually know why they want it. They think it's about the thing itself. But here's the kind of neuroscience reason behind why this layer matters so much. So your brain's limbic system, the part that's responsible for emotion and motivation, it doesn't actually respond to goals. It responds to feelings, What drives behavior and creates real sustained motivation is an emotional connection to the outcome. If you wanted something, you didn't have any emotional connection to it, then you wouldn't actually want it. And research on the brain's reward system shows that dopamine is released not just when we achieve something, but when we actually anticipate something that we're fully committed to. And that anticipation is emotional, it's not logical. This is why two people can have the same goal and one of them feels really pulled toward it every single day, while the other person feels like they are just dragging themselves through the steps. The difference is almost never effort. It's about the emotional connection. So when you build out this why layer, whether you're doing this pyramid now or you're doing it later, I want you to keep going until you feel something. Keep asking yourself, but why does this matter to me? What feeling would it provide? Why do I actually want this thing? And when you hit that moment where there's kind of like that actual little emotional flicker where something in your heart says, yes, that's it. That right there is your real why. So that's what's gonna go in this bottom first layer. What is the one word feeling that having this thing would provide? And the bigger and more alive this layer is, the more powerful your entire pyramid becomes. So don't skip it, don't rush through it, take your time with this. So next we go up to the second layer, and this is the evidence layer. And this is honestly probably my most favorite one because it's the fun part and what actually gets your subconscious mind on board. Here's what I want you to understand about your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind accepts evidence. It really doesn't know the difference between real or fake. And your subconscious mind loves to be shown that something is possible so that it can finally stop resisting it. And one of the most powerful ways to do that is through evidence. So in this layer, we are going to collect evidence of what you want as actually being possible. And first, you're going to start with personal evidence. I want you to start exploring times in your own life where you created something seemingly from nothing, or times where you set an intention and something happened, even though it seemed unlikely, it worked out for you. And moments where situations that looked impossible always kind of worked themselves out for you. Think back as far as you need to. But have you ever in your life achieved something that you once thought was completely out of reach? That right there is proof. That right there is evidence. You've done it before, you can do it again. Have you ever even changed a habit or a pattern or a belief that felt so permanent that you were able to change? All of that is evidence. Write it down. You can let this row be as big as you want. Write out as much as you need. And then I want you to take this a step further. I want you to look at external evidence. Real people that have what you're working towards. People who feel kind of aspirational but attainable. People whose stories you actually know, or maybe even people in your real world that you've come across that created exactly what you're going for. Use it as evidence to feed to your subconscious mind. Because the most powerful belief shifting statement that your subconscious can receive is this: it's possible for someone else, which means it's possible for me. Your subconscious mind can get on board with that. So you are using someone else's reality as proof to your own subconscious that yes, this thing is achievable. Look, this person did it. I can do it too. And I want to quickly make a note of something because a lot of people go through this evidence layer and immediately start to dismiss what they find. They'll think of a time where something worked out and then immediately say something, but yeah, like that situation was different. Or they'll look at someone else's success and say, oh, well, yeah, but they had X, Y, or Z that I didn't have. So just watch for that and notice if it comes up for you, because that's simply just your old programming trying to protect itself. Your job is to not have to debate the evidence or the proof. Your job is just to write it down anyway. You don't need to fully believe in the evidence in this exact moment. You just need to get it in front of your subconscious mind so that it has something to work with, something to play off of. The belief builds from the exposure. So collect the evidence first and let the belief catch up. And the more you fill this layer, the lower your internal resistance gets. And lower resistance means faster manifestation. And before we get into the next layer, I actually have an amazing free tool that I want to give you to really clear resistance on a deep level. I'm going to go ahead and link my free money manifesting workbook up here, and I'll also link it down below. But tens of thousands of people have used this workbook with incredible results. So go ahead and grab it for yourself. This workbook is filled with experiments, journal prompts, exercises that walk you through exactly where your money blocks are and where that programming came from and how to shift it at a deep subconscious level. So again, the link will be in the description box below and it's completely free, so make sure you grab it. So let's move on to the third layer, which is the identity layer. And I will tell you right now, this is the layer where people feel the most resistance, which means that this might be where you spend most of your time, and that is totally fine. So here is what we are doing in this third layer. I want you to answer this question. Who are you as the person who already has what you want? Not who you will be once you get it, but who you are right now as someone who's already normalized this. What do you believe is true about who you are and how you operate and how you live in this world now? And what do you need to shift within your identity right now to have this today? Because I want you to stop making manifestation in the future. If it were to happen right now in your life, would there be any parts of you, of your identity that need to change? What habits or routines would you need to have to maintain this? How would you need to think or operate to maintain this? And I want you to choose some identity statements to kind of anchor into as a guiding path. For example, I am someone who naturally has something like this. I am a person who handles this with ease. It's completely normal for me to have this. Of course I have this because this is just who I am. And as you're doing this work, notice if there's any identities that you need to shift right now. And here's why this matters so deeply from a kind of a neuroscience standpoint. Your subconscious mind is constantly running a program whose entire purpose is to maintain identity consistency. It's constantly scanning your environment, your experiences for evidence that proves that you are exactly who you think you are. And it actually filters out and minimizes anything that contradicts that identity. This is the real reason why people can set a goal and take action toward it and then unconsciously self-sabotage right when they're about to break through and receive it. It's not weakness or lack of willpower, it's identity rejection. The subconscious system says, wait, this outcome doesn't match who we are. Run, this isn't happening. And it pulls you back towards what's familiar. When you build this identity layer where you write out who you are as a person who has this, who's normal for, you are giving your subconscious a new blueprint to kind of organize around. You are essentially saying, this is who we are now. And the research on neuroplasticity tells us that repeated thought patterns form new neural pathways. So the more consistently you think of yourself through the lens of this new identity, the more this identity becomes automatic until it stops being something that you have to remind yourself of and kind of just becomes who you are at an identity layer. And this layer can feel wildly uncomfortable. You might feel like you're lying to yourself because your identity is so deeply formed. You might have thoughts that say, but yeah, that's not true yet. And that is completely normal. You don't have to fight against yourself. That discomfort is just your old programming noticing something shifting. It's not a sign that you aren't doing it right. It's actually a signal that you were kind of right at the edge of your old identity, which is exactly where real change can happen. So keep writing anyway. And now we have reached the top, this point of the pyramid. And this is where you write your actual goal. And here is something I find really interesting every time I walk someone through this. After doing the work of these 3 layers below it, after connecting to your deep why and building out your evidence and writing your identity into existence, writing this goal at the top kind of feels anticlimactic, which is really funny because obviously you want this thing. But by this point, it just starts to feel obvious. Of course, this is where you're going. You've built your way up to here. Of course, this is what happens next. Everything below it is already pointing in that direction. So writing your goal up here, it feels inevitable. I like to keep this 5 words or less, keep it simple, keep it clean, keep it uncomplicated, because I find that people tend to kind of overcomplicate their goals when it comes to manifestation by stating details like unnecessary facts. Like, for example, the goal is winning the $10 million lottery. Why is it so specific? Why does the money have to come from the lottery? What if you stop limiting it? Does it have to come from that way? No. Keep it more open and free and stop deciding that you know the best way. Make it less complicated. But the depth, the emotion, the conviction, all of that lives in these layers below. The top is just an outcome based on the layers below. So once you get to this point, you've already done the deeper work. Now, here is how I actually want you to use this pyramid. Yeah, here's the pyramid. It's nice and pretty, because filling it out once and putting it away is not the practice. I want you to keep it somewhere visible. Don't write it out and throw it in a drawer, but put it somewhere you see constantly and consistently. So on your desk, on your mirror, somewhere where you'll see it regularly, because your subconscious absorbs information passively. Even when you're not consciously focusing on something, you're still kind of absorbing it through exposure. And your brain is still processing what it sees repeatedly in your environment. That passive exposure is actually doing really deep inner work, even if it feels like you're just kind of glancing at something. And when doubt shows up, and it inevitably will, that's just part of the process. I want you to go back to the pyramid, go back to the evidence layer. Remind yourself of what you already know to be true. When you're doing visualization or journaling or doing any kind of techniques, use this as kind of like your map. Drop into the feeling of your why first. Let the evidence reinforce what's possible. Step into and work into the identity, and then let the goal at the top just be a given based on everything you've already done. It's not something you're trying towards. It's something that happens as a byproduct of doing the other inner work. Everything beneath it already says this is who you are and where you're going. So as you follow the steps, it becomes inevitable. And there's a real difference between filling out this pyramid and actually connecting to it. You could fill it out in probably 5 minutes and then throw it in a drawer and feel nothing, or you can really allow yourself to sit with each layer, letting it land, letting it mean something, and walking away after filling it out, genuinely feeling different about what you're going after. It really gives you the clarity for your manifestation to happen. The practice is in the connection, not just the completion. So go slow. Let the why actually move you. Let the evidence kind of actually shift something. Let the identity feel like something you are stepping into rather than just a sentence on a page you wrote down. This is the deeper inner work that gets you the real results. And keep coming back to it. Use it for each thing that you're manifesting. This is basically a reference map for your entire manifestation practice. Anytime things feel stuck, come back and ask, which layer needs my attention right now? Is my why still clear? Does my evidence section need updating? Is there more identity work left to do? The answer you need will always be in your pyramid. And every time you revisit it and return to it, you'll notice something new. The layers that kind of felt uncomfortable and unnatural the first time will start to feel more natural with time. And the identity statements that used to feel like a stretch will start to feel like they actually belong to you. That is the reprogramming happening. That is your subconscious accepting a new normal. And when your subconscious accepts a new normal, your external reality has no choice but to catch up. That is how this works and why this method is so unbelievably effective. Manifestation is not about doing more. It's about building the internal structure that makes the external result feel inevitable and attainable. The pyramid is that structure, so go build yours. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you can get notified whenever I post a new video. You can also find me over on Instagram and TikTok and Threads at MK Magic Mindset. And if you want to learn more about me, my programs, how to work with me, and more, you can visit my website at mkmagicmindset.com, and I will see you in the next one.